Hello and welcome to things I find interesting that happened today in the past, aka Tifitht Itp. This show is all about the events that occurred today and years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of all this information comes from the smart device application on this day, the icon of which can be seen as cutoff prevention at the beginning and end of each episode. And just for your information, the music in the background is Breakaway by Foria, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Now, without further ado, on with the show! Today is Stores' Day, aka Thursday, February 25th, 2016. In 2009, members of the Bangladesh Rifles mutinied at their headquarters in Pekhana, Dhaka, Bangladesh, resulting in 74 murders, including over 50 army officials. In 1994, the Mosque of Abraham massacre occurred. In the Cave of the Patriarchs in the West Bank city of Hebron, Baruch Goldstein opened fire with an automatic rifle, murdering 29 Palestinian worshippers and injuring 125 more before being subdued and beaten to death by survivors. In 1991, the Warsaw Pact was declared disbanded. In 1987, Southern Methodist University's football program was the first college football program to receive the death penalty by the NCAA's Committee on Infractions. It was revealed that athletic officials and school administrators had knowledge of a quote-unquote slush fund used to make illegal payments to the school's football players as far back as 1981. In 1986, during the People Power Revolution, President of the Philippines Ferdinand Marcos fled the nation after 20 years of rule. He was replaced by Corazon Aquino, who became the first female president of the Philippines. In 1971, the first unit of the Pickering Nuclear Generation Station, the first commercial nuclear power station in Canada, went online. In 1964, North Korean Prime Minister Kim Il-sung called for the removal of feudalistic land ownership aimed at turning all cooperative farms into state-run ones. In 1956, in his speech on the cult of personality and its consequences, Nikita Khrushchev, leader of the Soviet Union, denounced the cult of personality of Joseph Stalin. In 1950, federal state of East Java, part of United States of Indonesia, abolished and reunited to Republic of Indonesia. In 1948, the Communist Party took control of government in Czechoslovakia and the period of the Third Republic ended. In 1947, the formal abolition of Prussia was proclaimed by the Allied Control Council, even though the Prussian government had already been abolished in 1934 by the law for the reconstruction of the Reich. In 1945, during World War II, Turkey declared war on Germany. In 1941, the February strike occurred, in which in occupied Amsterdam a general strike was declared in response to increasing anti-Jewish measures instituted by the Nazis. In 1933, the USS Ranger was launched. It was the first US Navy ship to be designed from the start of construction as an aircraft carrier. In 1932, Adolf Hitler obtained German citizenship by naturalization, which allowed him to run in the 1932 election for Reich president. In 1928, Charles Jenkins Laboratories of Washington, D.C. became the first holder of a broadcast license for television from the Federal Radio Commission. In 1919, Oregon placed a 1 cent per U.S. gallon tax on gasoline, becoming the first U.S. state to levy a gasoline tax. In 1912, Mary Adelaide, the eldest of 6 daughters of Guillaume IV, became the first reigning Grand Duchess of Luxembourg. In 1901, J.P. Morgan incorporated the United States Steel Corporation. In 1870, Hiram Rhodes Rebels, a Republican from Mississippi, was sworn into the United States Senate, becoming the first black U.S. citizen ever to sit in the U.S. Congress. In 1866, miners in Calveritas County, California, discovered what is now known as the Calveritas Skull. It is human remains that supposedly indicated that man, mastodons, and elephants had coexisted. In 1848, provisional government in revolutionary France by Louis Blanc's motion guaranteed workers' rights. In 1836, Samuel Colt was granted a United States patent for the Colt revolver. And in 1336, 4,000 defenders of Pyliani committed mass suicide rather than be taken captive by the Teutonic Knights. First, Carrot Top, 1965, John Doe, 1954. And that concludes Tifitht Itp for your dose of passive and daily. I am Ayo, and you are you. Toodles!